I love doing that record because it reminds me, as I stand on this stage tonight rapping in front of a whole bunch of people and they know the lyrics and they know what's going on. It started in my basement with my one best friend writing rhymes on a cardboard box. And it's crazy because it's a testimony, to be honest with you, I was terrible at rapping, by the way. It's a testimony that God likes to get glory out of really simple, plain things and plain people. See, there's nobody in this room that is too far away from the reach of being used by God. I want y'all to know tonight that I'm a testimony that story that I just told on that record, I literally have to stop sometimes to rewind and think about yesterday. All the good stuff, all the bad stuff that happened to me, God took all of that and He made a beautiful story out of it, and He's still not done. So no matter what your past is, I know there's people in here that have probably been through all kinds of craziness. God wants to redeem that and use that for His glory. You're never too far away to be used by God.
Okay, let's go. Good job, brother. Get some water, it's fine.
See, I was a terrible kid, man. I got kicked out of middle school for shoving kids in trash cans and doing all kinds of terrible stuff. I think I watched way too much wrestling. It was bad. It's a bad thing for me. Generation X, you know what I'm talking about? No. I'm probably too old now. It's crazy. I'm old. And I got kicked out of middle school, man. I was a terror. I was a terror to my mom and everybody else who tried to raise me. But one summer, I went away to this camp with my sister because she told me that there was girls and zip lines there, so I said, I'm going. And I was zip lining and doing all kinds of cool stuff, and a couple of dudes stopped to pour into me. And that really means just spend time with me, hang out with me, love on me. And they told me about this guy named Jesus. And they told me about how he lived that life that I couldn't live, a perfection, the standard to have good relationship with God. And how my sin, how it had jacked everything up, and Jesus went innocent and took responsibility for my crap. He went on the cross and died in my place for my sin. He resurrected 3 days later to prove that He was King and Lord over even death. That changed my life, knowing that God wasn't some unattainable person above the clouds that I could never reach and never touch by my own works. Because He is that. He is too high to attain and touch in my own works. But He didn't stay there. He left there and came down to earth to love on me. He condescended. He dropped His knee and came to me. And that sounded like a God that I could follow. It didn't sound like some lofty one that sits in heaven and points with a finger and says, hey, step your game up and try to get on my level. He says, no, I'm going to come to your level and love on you right where you're at. And so that changed my life. And what's crazy is I went from being the kid that got kicked out of school, punching teachers and putting kids in trash cans, to moving to New York City after high school, graduating college, and then planting a church in my neighborhood in Washington Heights. So, Washington Heights is a neighborhood in Manhattan, and it's primarily known for its cultural presence, which is Latino. Boricuas, Dominicanos, any Latinos in the building here? Okay, that's what's up. So moving there, I had to learn the language pretty quickly because yo soy gringo, which means I'm a white boy. I had to learn some Spanish real quick, and I said, Dre, you gotta help me learn some Spanish, man.
What?
I said, Dre, you gotta help me learn some Spanish.
Were you saying something?
I was. Can you help me learn some Spanish?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
Well, okay.
Say.
Is that what you know how to say?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fine with me.
I said, Dre, we all about this 1:16 thing, that Romans 1:16. I said, I gotta know how to share that with the people up there. I said, how do you say it? It sound like, please don't get up in my way. Somebody say, what? What? Please don't get up in my way. Let's go. Let me hear you say, Please don't get up in my way. Somebody say, please don't get up in my way. Let's go. Please don't get up in my way. Somebody say, everybody clap your hands. Like all day, the sun is shining like all Spain. I try to walk that down path, but your boy live off of Broadway. The A-train work 6-8, Dominicano, play Domino, and then Placido, still on my plate. New York in my mind, hey. But you know we're singing international, I'm feeling the fuck with it with the magic girls. We hate it, play with it, every language, you know we speaking that Spanish side. Even though low, flow, top, so let's go. But my nose, we out here, me amigos, see y'all, we need us from the west side to the east coast, so ain't nobody never like this. Honestly, the name of my clique. Todos los días, manito, dale a tu sale, Please don't get up in my way. Somebody say, what? Please don't get up in my way. Let's go. Please don't get up in my way. Somebody say, what? Everybody clap. Uno, seis, yeah, uno, seis. Please don't get up in my way. We say uno, seis. What? Please don't get up in my way. Somebody say. Please don't get up in my way. We saying. I read that war shots like all day. On the chain like Crossman. Trying to walk that nail path, but your boy live off of Broadway. The A-train to 1-6-8. Dominicano, play Domino, and then Placido, still on my plate. New York in my mind, hey. But you know we take it international. I'm just thinking about the money with the nasty clothes. So we hang with every language, even everything in that Spanish sound. Give a little love, go, top, toe. Show mama, no, see, out here, You can go, see, y'all, we eat us from the west side to the east coast, and nobody never like this. Honestly, the name of my clique. Todos los días, manito, dale a tu side. Nobody never like this. Honestly, the name of my clique. Todos los días, manito, dale a tu side.